Hi, in the previous session, we discussed about what is a process and process structure. Now we will discuss about process state. So you take any process from the creation of the process until its termination. The process changes on different states. So as a process executes, it changes its state. Sometimes it is executing, sometimes it is waiting, like that. There are different states. And the state of a process is defined by the current activity of that process. So the current activity, what is the activity doing by the process? And if you take a process, that process might be in one of the following states: new state, ready state, running state, waiting state, and terminated state. So you take any process, that process might be in new state, ready, running, waiting, or terminated. Okay, so that is what the process states. Now we will understand what is exactly the meaning of these states. So this is the block diagram of process states. So we have new state, ready, running, waiting, and terminated. So what is the new state? That means before executing the process, the process has to be created by the operating system. So that state is called new state. So here the process is being created. Once the process is being created, it is ready for execution. That means it is waiting for the processor. That state is called ready state. Here the processor is available and process is waiting to be assigned to the processor. That is called ready state. From the ready state, it is going to the running state. When the processor is available, it is moving to the running state. In the running state, all the instructions of the process are being executed. Actual execution is happening in the running state. So from the running state, the process might go to the terminated state or it might go to the waiting state. Once the instructions are being completed, then it goes to the terminated state. If the instructions having any IO event, then it comes to the waiting state. Why it is come to the waiting state? In the sense, if there is any IO event is needed for the process, at that time the processor has to execute some other process. Okay, so that is the operating system reduces the idle time of the processor. So because all the operating systems nowadays are multi-programming and multitasking systems, their intention is to reduce the idle time of the processor. So in order to generate IO event or complete IO event, at that time the processor is in idle state. So to make busy, it is allocated to some other process. So the current process is going to the waiting state. Once the IO event is completed, then again it goes to the ready state. Okay. If the process is in running state, if any interrupt comes, then it moves to the ready state. Okay, once it moves to the ready state, based on the CPU time, it again comes to the running state. So once all the statements are executed in the running state, it is going to the terminated state. That means the process has to be terminated. So these are the different states of a process from the new to the terminated. So initially it was created, then it is ready for execution. Once the processor gives the time, it allocates to the processor and execution is happening. If any IO event exists, it again comes to the waiting state, from waiting state to ready, from ready to running. Once all the instructions are completed, finally it should be terminated. It goes to the terminated state. Then all the memory allocated for the process is removed. At the new state, the memory is allocated for the process. Whatever the memory requirements are there for the process, those are allocated at new state by the operating system. In the terminated state, all the allocated resources are removed by the operating system. So this is all about process states.